right before we went live about an hour ago, we got the news that they officially released updated guidelines, rules, regulations for what's going to happen with Jungle Village, not just in weekend games where there's a propensity to camp out or something like this, but weekday games as well. So I think you've got some type of summary. It's a little bit complicated. We obviously encourage you to go look up the tweet, the social media post from Auburn to get the full layout, everything, especially if you're a student. But if you want to give us the rundown, certainly do that.
Yeah, it really impressive stuff by the administration. We said you're gonna have to get something figured out quickly. They had 2 road games this week to thankfully kind of work through some things, see what their first kind of jab at this would be. It looks like there's going to be 2 options. Basically, they'll decide what kind of game it's going to be based on if it is warranted a camp out or warranted as just a kind of a normal lineup game. So those are option A and option B. So for the standard queuing game or just the normal line game, there'll be 4 organized lines or quads that kind of determine based on how early you get there. Will basically assign you to an area. So the first 2, it looks like you're going to probably make it in the lower area if you're a student, and the rest it's going to be depending on how capacity looks down there. If you're standing room only, that kind of thing. So it definitely spreads the love out in terms of not keeping everybody so focused in one area where there could be issues. And then for camping, camping game, which it looks like next weekend's Florida game, they're already determining that's going to be a camping game. It looks like students are going to have to use tents that they put forth and have approved for certain safety measures and guidelines that they need to register in that same kind of area. So 4 zones. They're going to do wristbands for each of these games again to help them kind of monitor the crowding. But I think it's a really good idea. It looks like a really good move by Auburn for me to find a way to keep these long lines and the campouts that have fostered all this energy and environment and the good vibes we talked about last week, but make it safer for everyone. It was just a matter of the time before something like this had to happen. And that's a good thing when you think about that. This is all because Auburn basketball has become something so many people want to be a part of. So right. I think it's good. It looks very similar to what other big programs do. I even saw, you have to have, if you're camping, you have to have 50% of your party in the tent at all times. That is, I remember seeing that's what Duke does. That is a big and common thing. So I think that it's safe to say whoever came up with this, we give the athletic department a lot of credit on our show anyway. Whoever came up with this, I think they did their research extensively, decided what was best for Auburn in the atmosphere, but also safety. So really good to see.
I agree with you. I think this was the best they probably could have done to maintain the energy, as you said, to foster it, but also address the safety concerns that happened. Once again, folks, a lot of it was outside of their control. Once again, folks, you don't need to overreact. Once again, folks, you need to trust that there are people that are going to respond, do the right thing. And once again, my trust that I have in them, you and many others, has been fulfilled, I feel like. Now, is this perfect? Probably not. Will there have to be changes? Probably so. But I think this is a step in the right direction without damaging the fostering of that energy. I think there will be some of that natural just kind of think that built where, okay, it's just starting. Nobody knows when it is. And there's still going to be that there, but that will be lost a little bit with more and more structure. But unfortunately, this does have to happen given what happened last time. So please go read the article, especially if you're a student. Understand that they're doing everything they can to make the student experience better. And certainly we're going to look forward to see how this works.